Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So before we get into it, I'd like to say a big massive thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who's come over to the platform from all of the different things that we do. In this video, we are going to be speaking about spiritualist churches and should you go to them. Now, first of all, my views, opinions on spiritualist churches or any sort of organisation, I'm very opinionated little individual and I speak my truth. However, I also always give you the reasons to why I am this way. Now, what you have to understand is each and every one of you are unique. There is no two ways about it. You are all unique individuals and you all operate and work very different, whether that be in a psychic facet or whether that be along mediumship. And the problem is sometimes when we go into a location where there is already a collective notion, then the problem is with that, if you don't know how to speak your truth or you aren't confident with your own abilities at this point, then unfortunately for yourself, it is going to become very difficult for you to actually follow and stay on your own path. Now, remember, to each and every one of you who want to come along on this journey, this is a path of self-development and personal. This is, this should be a unique personal experience for each and every one of you. It's going to be very, very different for all of you to how this may work. Now, when we go into a place that has a collective notion that there is only one way of doing this, this is going to become very damaging. To each and every one of you who've been to a spiritualist church or you've been to an organisation and you didn't feel welcome, and I'll tell you the reason why I didn't feel welcome for the words that I'm speaking now. You have to understand, as you are all unique, you need different pieces of information. For example, myself, I don't tell you how to connect. I will give you the blueprint so that you can formulate your own notions and theories to how this connection works. Each and every one of you can connect, and at no point in any one of my videos do I tell you that you have to connect in this way. I tell you the way that works for me. I also tell you ways that you can try. Do you come onto this platform and do I say you need to protect? If you don't protect, then guess what? This is no. And unfortunately, this is the sort of closed-minded people that you may encounter. To those of you who've been to a spiritualist church or you've been to some sort of circle where you weren't made to feel welcome, let me know down in the comments and we're happy that you found it because we'll make you feel welcome. And please understand, this isn't a personal dig at these places. These may be good for some of you. Maybe it's you're lonely. Maybe it's you just like to be around other people. Then that's completely fine. But in terms of personal development and you getting from A to B within your mediumship or your psychic development, do not think that you have to go to one of these locations just to learn. I'm going to let you all in on a little bit of a secret here. You all have spirit teams. You all have guides, helpers and inspirers who work along you on a daily basis to give you the information that you need. I would recommend each and every one of you to go, if you are really, really wanting to go into a location where you are intermingling amongst other people, when you have an understanding, when you know how to speak your truth. So when Sheila comes up to you and says, look, you have to protect, or, you are going to get taken away by demons. You can look her in the eyes and you can say, I'm sorry, Sheila. That is not what I do here. I understand that. I don't need to protect. You have to protect from poor understandings and bad teachings. And the problem is this notion that I have, this teaching that I have is very, very new. What do I mean by very, very new? So first of all, this has been tried before, but unfortunately, sometimes mankind and their little bits of egos, they don't let this message get out because why? It stops it. It stops people from fear in spirit. This is what people want you to do. People want you to be scared of the spirit world. People want you not to connect. Why? You might be asking. Because obviously, everyone who's a medium or a psychic, it's all love and light, isn't it? It's all twinkly lights and rainbows. Of course it's not. A lot of people become very egotistical when they start working with energy and they don't have any comprehension of how to control it. And this is what you have to watch out for, because there is going to be a lot of people who are going to try to suppress you. This is why it is very important that you know how to speak. You aren't afraid to speak. Again, coming back to it. If you want to go into an environment with other people, then you do so. But please don't think that you have to do that, because it is completely unnecessary and untrue. Now, that's out of the way. Now, what is the difference between a spiritualist circle or, going to a group? First of all, circles for each and every one of you You know, I run circles. We also do different things in very different ways that have been taught to mankind. But again, a lot of the things that I do are very controversial anyway. Again, you know, you don't need to believe us on that. I would like to think each and every one of you found this channel because you've needed the tutoring from yourself, and you will know some of the things that we get up to. Fun fact, you're going to see a lot more things very, very soon. Now, to any one of you who want to go into a circle, going into a circle, is that going to help you to progress? Is that going to help you? You are going to be around like-minded individuals. That being said, depending on their notions, depending on their understandings, it's going to completely depend on whether you are going to learn anything or not. Because let's be completely honest, you can have 5 people who've been in the same circle for the entirety of their lives, and guess what? They don't learn anything. Why? Because the egotistical part of them has kicked in. They don't want to do it this way. They've been taught to do it this way, and that's all they're going to do. If that works for them, fine. But don't you inherit their bad practices through their own lack of understanding. They have manifested that into their realities. So what you have to be very aware of is if you are somebody who is looking to go into circles, you are somebody who is actively wanting to work alongside the spirit world, then know that you're good enough. This is the first stepping stone. Each and every one of you out there, the biggest hurdle that you are all going to face along this is whether you are good enough to do this. Mark my words, the spirit world are getting message to each and every one of you, each and every second and every minute of every day, all year round, okay? They want to communicate with you. They want to give you the messages. You don't need to go to a medium to get this. Fun fact to all of you, I could sit on this platform, right, and do what any other medium does. I could, you know, you might see people like Sir Matt Fraser, you might see people like Tyler Henry, you might see all of these different people. I could do that if I wanted. The problem is with that, I don't agree with that. I don't want to give you just little bits of information from your loved ones. Why? Because I want to give you the tools and the building blocks so that you can go and get that information for yourself. Now, if you are somebody who doesn't want to do that for yourself and you want to be a little lazy daisy, then I'm not interested in helping you. If you don't want to help yourself, then I am not the person for you. People who want to help themselves and want to better their understanding and gain that connection with the spirit world, then you come and learn our teachings. Again, yes, you know, you're going to have other people who are going to be like, I've been to a spiritualist church and it was a great experience. Well, that's great. I'm glad that you found the comfort and you found the companionship within that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is it is not necessary. Each and every one of you can do this from the comfort of your own home, your armchair, your bedroom, and it is by going into a meditative state, believe it or not. By going into a meditative state, we can allow the spirit world to come into the forefront of our mind by slowing our mind with the breathing techniques. For those of you who don't know how to go into the breathing techniques, we've got plenty of videos on this platform for doing so. And what we are simply going to do is we are going to allow the spirit world to come into our mind, and they are going to occupy the mind space. They are going to cloak ideas. So that may be imagery, that may be signs, that may be names, that may be messages. And this is how you are, in the first instance, going to start working with spirit. I would actively encourage each and every one of you, never step foot into a place or an organisation if you do not lack the confidence or your own notions of how this works. Otherwise, you are going to become like everyone else. You are going to become a collective notion, and you are unique. You need to stay unique. You need to understand the person that you are and how you are going to get to where you need to be. You can only do this by personal journey. You can't do this by a collective. This is why things have went so wrong for mediumship for so long. Because people think, people have become egotistical. People think that, this is just our abilities. Again, but I said abilities there. For any of you who don't know, this is not a gift. And I despise the word gift. The word gift is very damaging to each and every one of you who want to come along on this journey. When you hear somebody saying, oh, Jordan's gifted, he does this, you think you haven't got them gifts. And I'm going to stop you there, because each and every one of you have the humanistic abilities within your clear abilities to be able to access information from the spirit world should you see fit. And this is why I never ever, it's not a gift. It's not a gift. So anyone, when I hear somebody say that they have gifts and they speak to the spirit world, I know that that person has not dealt with their ego. And the next time any one of you step into a church or somewhere along them lines, and somebody comes to you and says, hi, my name's Sheila, or my name's George, and I'm a psychic medium for tonight, and I've got gifts and I speak to spirit, you look them in the eyes and you say, you don't have gifts. What you can do, anyone can do, because we are all human beings as a species. It's very, very simple, and it's very, very true. What one human being can do, another human being can do. Yes, sometimes it takes a little bit more practice and a little bit more training to get there, but it's very simple. This is what you have to understand, and this is why it really, 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 really grates on me when people go into these places for the help, the tutoring. And, you know, you are forced people's views and opinions. And while some may say that's learning, it's not learning. You have to learn on your own. This is a journey of self-development. You can't just step, rather than looking for the answers externally, go within. This is where you are going to find the clarity direction that your teams want you to know in those moments. So again, I hope each and every one of you can see where I'm coming from there. I would love to know any of your stories, whether you know any good churches, whether you've been to churches, you know, what your experiences was. To any of you who go to churches, again, I don't care, you know, I don't care about, you know, my words. My words, I always back them up with actions, and I always back them up with, you know, you'll see in the comments box, loads of people will know exactly what I'm saying. But what I don't want anyone to do is think that this video is negative in any way, shape or form. This video is basically targeted to people who want to step foot into these locations. Know this, you have to have an understanding. Otherwise, you will become a sheep. You will literally just do what anyone tells you. And please, for each and every one of you who want to become a psychic medium, again, I'm going to just elaborate there. I am a psychic medium. I work in a psychic and I work in a mediumistic setting. Okay? Two very different sides of the spectrum there. Two very different. But I am a psychic medium, and this is the way that I work. So each and every one of you, I mean, I'm glad that you found the channel. I hope you haven't been offended from this video, but understand if you are, that shows your ego in itself. You know, I don't even need to say anything else. If there's anything that I've said here that has caused offense to you, this probably isn't the channel, because we like to educate people and like to give people, you know, the understandings that they need. I'm not going to pipe down to anyone, and I'm not going to start fudging things just because I want to keep people happy. That's not what me or my team are here to do. And you'll see my message of help, heal, serve go on long after I'm off this planet. Because we are changing the dynamics in the way that this works. We are giving this ability and giving people the understandings to use their own humanistic abilities free of charge. Which, you know, it offends a lot of people. You know, a lot of people don't like that rugged wealthiness being ripped from underneath their feet. But I don't care. This is about what is right for mankind. This is, and yes, you know, before anyone says, well, Joe, wouldn't you charge for tarot readings? You charge for this? Of course I do. You know, it's my job. You know, nothing in this life, to any one of you out there who thinks everything in this life should come free, you should really have a look at your moral compass and understand that, you know, nothing in this life comes free. I have to put intent, I have to put energy, I have to put willpower, determination into delivering the reading. I have to work along my side. My time is important to me. And you don't pay for the reading, you pay for my time. That's very, very simple. It's very, very true. The reading's not a problem. It's me time that's a problem, because time is precious. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.